We're going to talk about Kennedy Carter, but it looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA.
Nobody saw this coming. After more than 120 days without a single WNBA team willing to sign her, Kennedy Carter wasn't waiting around. With training camp starting today, she made her move to Mexico's Professional Basketball League.
She needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the league.
This isn't just a player switching teams. This is the Chicago Sky's leading scorer fired from the league after a deliberate hit on the WNBA's Golden Goose. The Sky let their star player walk away without even trying to get something in. Return, and the craziest part? Nobody picked her up, even after an MVP season overseas. That doesn't happen without a serious reason. He took it personal. But why? What's the real story?
Despite the solid fourth season from Carter, an incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including Carter.
Picture this. June 1st, 2024, Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever. One game in a long WNBA season, but nobody realized this moment would become legendary. With the score tight, the game ending in a 71-70 Fever victory, tensions were already running high. But then everything changed in an instant.
Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
It all unfolded after a Chicago basket. Players transitioned down the court, and Carter and Clark crossed paths. Nothing unusual until it was. Carter's move wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. She changed her course and delivered a hip check that sent Clark sprawling to the hardwood. And then Angel Reed caught on camera, clapping and jumping on the sidelines, celebrating immediately. This wasn't just a play. It was personal. What's next for Carter?
So she was signed to the Chicago Sky with Teresa Weatherspoon, with Angel Reese, with Camila Cardoso, and, the rest of the folks. And then we get to the body check. This was originally ruled an away from the ball foul, but it was obviously a flagrant foul. It really upset a lot of people, which really escalated the issue, and it was really just poor.
The collision wasn't just a hard foul. It was different. It made the entire arena gasp. The broadcast caught every second, and you could hear the commentators' voices shift from analysis to shock. What was that? Nobody saw this coming. As Clark hit the floor, the crowd was stunned. The whistle blew. Initially a regular foul, but it was clear this needed closer inspection. The refs huddled around the monitor, reviewing footage that would soon explode on social media. The verdict? A common foul. But then it was upgraded to a flagrant. The next day, official confirmation. The contact was dangerous. This changes everything. What happens next? Let me know. Did they get it right?
One thing pushing Caitlin Clark, and it's another thing blindsiding her. I don't think there's no justification for that. To be honest, we can be.
What happened wasn't just about the hit. It was about what came after. Carter's aggression was clear, but it was Clark's response that sent shockwaves. While most players would have jumped up, ready to throw down Clark, she simply rose, composed herself, and kept playing. No theatrics, no escalation, just a rookie showing veteran poise in a heated moment. This was personal. The contrast between Carter's raw aggression and Clark's icy composure turned the narrative into something bigger. Forget shooting percentages or defensive rotations. Now, the world was breaking down Carter's every move. Was she targeting Clark because she was a rookie? Was this personal? A deep-rooted jealousy? The questions were piling up, and basketball itself, it felt secondary.
Something's got to wake her up too. Something's got to wake her up and say, man, I could be in the WNBA right now, starting on a team, being their leading scorer. I've got to get my temper and my head under control. I gotta figure it out somehow.
What nobody realized in that moment, not Carter, not Clark, and not a single person watching, was that this 5-second sequence would change everything. This wasn't just a bad decision in the heat of the game. This was the moment that started Carter's professional unraveling, a single physical play that ignited a domino effect, setting in motion a series of events that would eventually push her out of the league entirely.
There's no doubt Kennedy Carter's extremely talented, but she's got to get her head screwed on.
If the hit wasn't enough to damage Carter's reputation, what happened next would be catastrophic. The cameras turned to Carter post-game, an opportunity to explain, maybe even apologize. But what came next? She poured gasoline on an already raging fire.
She knocked Caitlin Clark to the floor. We all saw it, a flagrant foul. And many people, including myself, thought it was borderline assault. It was awful.
The cameras kept rolling as Carter stepped into the post-game press conference. This was her moment, the perfect chance to reset the narrative. One simple statement, an apology, an explanation could have changed everything. But instead, with reporters giving her the floor to address the elephant in the room, Carter dropped 7 words that would explode her career. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
And then Kennedy just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and kind of what it led to.
Next question. Yeah, like Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit. Yeah. I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions. Did she say anything to you? I don't know what she said. What'd you say to her? I didn't say anything. That's enough. We're good.
Those 7 words exploded. They ricocheted through basketball circles faster than anyone could keep up. Within hours, sports analysts who might have defended the hit found themselves scrambling to justify Carter's post-game attitude. Her refusal to even acknowledge the situation turned what should have been a one-day story into a week-long examination of her character. The hip check? It raised eyebrows. But this response? It raised red flags.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just like, just respond, calm down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense. And I feel like that's kind of what we did, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
What made Carter's response even more damaging? The way it stood in stark contrast to Clark's. While Carter dodged responsibility, she took the high road. Basketball's competitive, I get it. Emotions get the best of you. It happened. To me too, one player showed maturity and understanding. The other, a startling lack of accountability. And that left league executives whispering.
There has not been a peep about anywhere that she could be landing in this free agency. So a lot of people, including myself, are wondering, is she worth the risk?
Carter's response didn't just spark outrage from fans. It spread fast to team executives and league officials, the ones making the big decisions. In sports, talent matters, but it's never the only factor. The question wasn't, can she play? It became, is she worth the disruption? Her dismissive attitude stirred locker room tension. Teammates and coaches reacted negatively to her comments.
She can score with the lights out. I mean, she's pure offense, a pure shooting guard, scoring guard. Instant offense. But if you're a team, do you really want her on the team?
The damage didn't just hit public perception, it fractured the locker room. The tension from Carter's comments turned an already difficult situation into something nearly impossible. Basketball, at its core, is a team sport. But when one player refuses to own up to behavior that reflects poorly on the whole organization, it shatters the trust needed for success. The Chicago Sky made the ultimate call, letting her go in free agency, no contract offer, and no other team touched. Her .1 GM was even quoted anonymously saying, "We won't touch her with a 10F poll."
Break down that situation that happened.
Yeah. So, in basketball a little bit, there's things called talking, what you like to call smack or whatever everybody likes to call it.
Yeah.
Plays before things are said, you know, it's a part of basketball.
For nearly a year, Carter kept quiet about the incident. Until last week, when she finally broke her silence in an interview with controversial podcaster Neon. Her explanation? It was just a light tap. Yes, the same collision that sent Clark sprawling across the court and earned an immediate flagrant foul call. Now, in Carter's version, just a love tap between friends.
I think a play before, maybe I was elbowed. Okay, that happens. Think the next play down, maybe something was said. And then maybe there was like a little clip of somebody like yelling in my face. And then we go down the court. Then I hit like a little bucket, you feel me? Come down, hit like a little nice little mid-range pull-up. And then I just like, just give her like a little like, I'm here. Like, I don't think it was, what's crazy? Me and my brother went back and watched, and we seen a lot of clips in the NBA of guys getting like pushing LeBron. Like, I think it was Jeff Teague or somebody who like pushed LeBron out of bounds, like said, man, I was mad because like we couldn't.
You almost have to admire the commitment to the bit, because after watching that replay hundreds of times, it's crystal clear. Carter changed direction just to make contact, but now it's been spun like an accidental brush in a crowded elevator. Nobody saw this coming. This last-ditch attempt at damage control sparks a bigger question. Why now? Why break your silence months later? With an explanation nobody believes.